Are you putting this on your mixer?
Oh yeah.
See how many internet things I can get running at the same time.
I gotta go through and update all of my shit because my weird ass thing won't let me select or type in just whatever game it is, and I can't select Pathfinder. So
it says Pathfinder with friends, Warframe.
Right? It's not a very cool thing for Restream to do. Pathfinder. Sweet. Now we can see if this fucking intro video is gonna work. I don't think it will. We're gonna try it.
Another day, walking in circles, haunted by memories I push on this wheel. I pray to Klam, grant me revenge, and help me to answer the riddle of steel. I'm on the path, chopping up bodies, hacking and slicing, and look at me now. With loyal friends joining my party, each step I take, I'm fulfilling my vow. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Hear the lamentation of the women. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Hear the lamentation of the women. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you.
Well, welcome everyone to the amazing
hear the
and wonderful
lamentation of the
Pathfinder
women.
session with everybody. It's our first one, so we're gonna have a lot. If you're watching, we're gonna have probably quite a few little technical difficulties and all that stuff. Just bear with us. We're gonna be doing our best. We got a few new players here. If we want to go from left to right there. Andrew, you're player one. You want to say hi to everybody and tell them who you are and what you're doing?
Hi to everybody. I'm just here to make sure I raise a little bit of sexual awareness to everyone. And to make love to your ear holes with this beautiful, beautiful voice of mine. And to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
He's a new
That's
player.
everything.
He's a new player.
I feel awkward now, Jade.
Yeah, well, you should.
Tell me when I can stop, Jade.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just keep them where we can see him.
All right, player number 2 is Jesse. Jesse, tell us a little bit about yourself, sir. What you're playing, what you're doing.
I'm being our Elven Ranger because Elven nationalism is on the decline, and I need to bring it back. The charity I'll be playing for is the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I hope to win, and I think winning means killing all the dwarves in our party. So yeah. I mean orcs in the party.
All
Just
right.
so happens that my favorite race to kill is elves.
Your favorite race.
Well,
All
you
right.
mean your elves' kneecaps, little midget.
All right, player number 3 is Tesla. You want to introduce yourself? Say hello.
Hi, I'm gonna be the cleric and the mom. Hopefully my children don't kill me. It looks like they have some anger issues. It's not my fault. I'm a new mom, so like their PTSD is not my problem. I'm just here to...
Mom, bring me some lasagna.
You don't get any.
Anyway, I'm here to kiss the boo-boos, make them go away. I can't fix the inside boo-boos, so we're working on getting them a couple therapists.
Perfect.
That's it for me.
Hashtag dimples.
Perfect. All right. Player number 4, the Chaos, aka JT. If you want to say hello and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm JT.
Hi, JT.
I'm playing Bjarni, the dwarf druid, who is the brother to our dwarven barbarian friend. And I will be helping him cope through the world as best as I can, using nature to augment him and crush our goblin usurpers and cleanse the lands of these orcish fiends that have taken dwarven homes as their own. No longer shall we stand by on the fringes of society.
That's right. That's right. Fight the powers.
Revolution.
O'Doyle's
Watch us on stream.
O'Doyle the dwarfs.
On Mixer.
Oh, dwarfs rule, elves rule.
Oh man, and this very animated, very cartoon representation of player number 5. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Character is Bree Tealeaf. She is a halfling barbarian. She has a lot of anger issues and doesn't like it when people get picked on.
Including elves or dwarves? Or...
Including elves and dwarves. These two are going to piss me off.
All right.
They got to play nice.
All right.
Elves don't play nice with dwarves.
You will.
Dwarves
I'll
don't
take
play
it.
nice. No.
I'll take out a kneecap. It's fine.
Well, that's it. Does everybody have their characters handy? Everybody ready to go?
Characters handy.
Is everybody handy right now?
JT's getting
What
glamour
the-
shots taken at her.
What is going on?
I'm a smoking dwarf.
Roger that.
Nice.
All right, so all of you guys have. Oh, by the way, I'm Jade. JJ Martyr is my game
And I have
tag
an
name,
axe.
and I have an axe. Wait,
Accountability. Gotta have it.
wait. What's accountability? Is that like a superpower? I didn't roll for that. I'm a DM, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a comedy setting here for our first Pathfinder adventure. We are living in a very small England-ish environment. In fact, we're even going to call it England, because why not? And
dwarves
all
come
of our
from.
characters here that they have introduced themselves. They live in a small village. And basically, it's just a shack. The whole village is just shambles, and it's a rabble. It's an awful place to live. But you guys get by. You're all employed by the local magistrate, who has hired you to go through garbage. That's your jobs. Every day, you guys go through garbage and you sort garbage, because in this land that we live in, for some reason, and it's been this way as long as anybody can remember, there is piles and piles and piles of garbage everywhere. And that garbage, for whatever reason, has to do with golden rings, shiny necklaces, and gold coins and silver coins and crowns, and you name it. It's just piles and piles and piles of this stuff. And you have to sort through it for this local magistrate every day to find them the shiniest pieces of garbage. So, recently, there's been a lot of issues coming up in the area. Tax collectors, etc., etc. They're not very happy with the hauls that you've been bringing in with the garbage. Basically, you keep finding the same or very, very similar items and turning them in for your day's work. And so they've cut rations off. basically starving the town out, and basically telling you all that you're worthless. Oh, did I mention that the magistrate and all of his knights are goblins? Because in this world that we live in, the goblins are in control of everything. Now, you all know that you have been assigned, each one of you, a trusty companion to help you with your garbage sorting, so to speak. And that companion can carry as much garbage as you would like. So, it is early in the morning, a misty day, and very dreary, very England-esque, if I didn't mention that before. And it's time to get out and get to work. Player 1, a.k.a. Andrew. What are you going to do this morning?
Take a piss.
You gonna get up and take a wee-wee?
Yeah.
It's a good start to the day.
I would say that that's probably okay. So, what do you do after you take your wee-wee?
I don't know. Do I have a beautiful, dwarven wife?
Oh no. You have yourself and Patsy, and you live in a very, very. You haven't showered in probably months.
All right. I'm gonna fuck my
We're
Patsy.
pissing.
Patsy don't like that.
You're gonna fuck your Patsy?
If I just woke up, how else are you gonna start the day?
He's just sitting in the corner with his big backpack on. He's staring at you.
Why is all of a sudden the Patsy gotta be a male? This is 2020. All right, DM.
He identifies as a he identifies specifically as a male mule, which is strange because he's human and he's got a
like dwarfs
backpack. But yeah, he's
Dwarves are better than mules.
All right, what about my brother's Patsy? What's his Patsy?
his brother Patsy looks very similar to your Patsy, as a matter of fact.
You got
large.
your own Patsy and you've done enough with it. Leave mine alone.
So is everybody's Patsy the same?
Yeah, they look very, very, very close in appearance. You know.
All humans look alike.
Okay, so I mistake his Patsy for my own Patsy and I fuck it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have trained my Patsy in the ways of defending himself.
We're about to find out, I think.
So you're gonna go to your brother's, is what you're saying, and your brother is JT.
Yeah. Okay. So I go wake up.
I haven't a house.
Jesus
I'm a
Christ,
druid.
guys! I don't know what I'm doing here. Work with me.
All right, let's move on to player number 2. Jesse, how are you starting your day off in your terrible village?
Okay. I get out of bed, put on my shitty boots. I go to the front door, open the door, and look out. What do I see?
When you look out of the front door, you know this village is just in complete and terrible disarray. There's one stable guy acts, doubles as a blacksmith type thing. It's terribly run down. There's a inn, but no one stays there. Some people drink there when there's booze to drink, but there's not even very often booze to drink. It's just basically a couple of rows of really dilapidated shacks, and the local lord really doesn't take care of you guys. They just come in every once in a while, riding on their horks. Yes, you heard me right. Horks. They ride on horks, and they come through town, and they pick up the garbage in which you've sorted all of the shinies.
Okay, well, I open the door, I take one step out, I curse at the gods that I have to work next to these dirty, filthy dwarves another day, spit on the ground, throw my shovel on my shoulder, and head towards the first pile of garbage.
As you pass the pile of garbage, you do notice that one of the dwarfs seems to be chasing around his Patsy a little bit. His Patsy is very nervous. His Patsy seems to be a little bit concerned that something bad might happen to him if he does indeed get caught. So you're surprised at how quickly this Patsy is maneuvering with this large backpack. However, it seems to be staying ahead of it, and the dwarf is muttering something about going to see his brother and trying to catch his Patsy. So you kind of pay it no heed.
Just like dwarves.
Yeah, you've seen this before.
Just shake my head and question my entire existence.
Yeah, it's dismal. It's dismal. It's dreary and quite the bummer for an elf, And your Patsy feels you. Like, his coconuts that he's banging together behind you are very mood. The tempo's very slow. It's you can almost hear an old Walt Disney cartoon song in the background. Almost.
One day I'll get back to my riches and my kingdom.
Well, it's weird, though, that you mentioned that, because you can't really recall ever feeling that way. I mean, you think that you should feel that way, but for some reason you don't recall ever actually having any riches.
Maybe you need a Patsy.
Oh, I have a Patsy.
Maybe you need some of that sweet, sweet Patsy love. Think about it. Say it.
Moving on.
That's all right.
Let's move on to player number 3. How are you doing this fine, drizzly, dark, dank morning in your drizzly, dark, dank village?
I am doing fantastic. I am going to take some of my rations, make a lovely little breakfast, and like I do every morning, I'm going to bring them over to my adopted elven son.
Oh, okay. You've got an adopted elven son.
Well, he hasn't accepted that he's adopted yet. He has this thing against dwarves, but I will win him over.
Okay.
Oh.
And this would be, of course, player 2, right? That's who you're talking about? Okay. So as you're heading out the door, you notice player 2 is odd, staring at this odd little dwarf who's chasing around his Patsy in a very sinister way. By the way, all the Patsies are very concerned at this. But, you guys both kind of watch them, kind of doing their thing. And you have more than an ample enough time to catch up to him if you want to go ask him a question or two.
I'm going to bring the breakfast I made and offer it to him like I do every morning and go, "Good morning, son. How are you on this lovely day? That poor Patsy. At least you're not him, right?"
That's to you, Jesse. What do you think? You have some strange dwarf who thinks that she's your mother, and she's brought you breakfast.
This again. How many times do I have to tell you? Don't want your dwarf biscuits.
But I wore gloves and a mask. I made sure not to get any of my dwarven germs on it. It's nice and healthy for you, so you can go big and strong.
I give my Patsy the food. Maybe I'll eat it later.
You break your mother's heart.
All right.
Nothing dwarven is good.
I may be a dwarf, but I have an elven heart, okay? And you're breaking it. Just know that no matter what, I love you, son.
Are you going to make sure that your son gets off to work okay and perhaps follow him out there?
Oh, yeah. Let's go work together. Maybe we could do some bonding.
So off goes the mother dwarf and the unwanted adopted elvish child to work in the garbage fields. In the meantime, the second dwarf is sleeping in his bed when a very nervous Patsy comes running through the front door with your brother following behind him in a very aggressive manner.
Okay, this again. So this is happening again? Suppose I'm fucking work off today. I'm not going to the mines. I'm not gonna do that. I'm done picking garbage for this scum.
It's
Look over at my Patsy. What you think of that?
I feel like if you don't want to go to work, boss, we won't go to work.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not go to work today.
Okay. That they could probably hurt us pretty bad if they decide come back around. They're horks.
Oh, there are orcs.
Horks.
Oh, horks. Okay.
Horks.
Well, let's see. You still have my wooden whistle that.
What's that?
No, that's not going to work. I suppose in these sort of times, I'm going to go to the tavern.
Well, one of the things that you find odd as a dwarf is that all of this garbage that you keep picking up doesn't really seem like it should be garbage. You know, like, it was pretty well taken care of for garbage. I mean, and this shiny yellowish metal that a lot of it's made out of, and all of these shiny rocks that it's all made out of, you feel like it, I don't know, maybe should have been valuable at some point.
Okay.
But for some reason, it's just garbage to you, you know? And it just doesn't seem right.
Okay. Well, are we supposed to go to work right now?
I mean, yeah, you're supposed to go to work every day, but they're just slave drivers, and they just come in at the end of, every week and pick up all of this piles of garbage, and off they go. And what's weird is all of this garbage is just laying out in the fields, like it's all over the place.
Like there's chairs?
Yeah, sometimes there's, and some of the chairs are made out of really heavy
I know what we
metal
need to do.
stuff.
And I yell out, "Hey, Gore, settle down for a minute. Stop chasing your patsy. I got an idea." Are you ready to hear this?
Ready.
We go to work so the orcs don't get mad at us. And then we don't work because we're going to train. Let me throw some chairs at you. See if you can break them.
Done.
I love it.
Fucking Patsy won't give me the time of day anyways.
Ain't your type anyway. I keep telling you.
Son of a bitch.
Go for the shorter ones. Stouter, wider.
His Patsy's like, yes, definitely go for the shorter, stouter ones. All right, Miss Halfling.
Yes.
How do you start out your morning in this terrible, terrible conditions and awful village that you live in?
So myself and my Patsy go outside, and we see a couple of dwarves.
You do.
Wandering a little off from their normal route they take to work.
Mm-hmm.
Can I follow them?
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. And you've seen these two dwarfs around. They're brothers, and they.
Yeah, one's okay. The other one's kind of fucked, but
we have set up a secret backyard wrestling match at work. It's hidden. It's secret. We've been doing it to train.
Well, the thing is that they're both kind of strange, but one of them you've just learned that you have to outrun often. Like, you're afraid of what'll happen if he ever gets a hold of you. It's just the way he is. So
I'm more afraid for my Patsy.
Yeah.
You gotta be fast. You just gotta be faster than your Patsy.
And barbarians are fast, and I'm pretty sure they can do bursts of speed.
So I make sure that my throwing axe is sharp, and I follow the dwarves.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and make a perception check? You'll have to take a look at your character sheet there. Mm-hmm. And you can as well, JT. And you'll be looking for a perception bonus, and you'll roll a D20, and you'll add for that perception.
And where do I find perception at on this sheet?
Should be on
Go to your character sheet, and it's on your skills tab. Ooh. Ooh. I have a +3 to that.
Perception 3. So that means it's a +3?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I just roll the D20.
That's correct.
Roll in the Bagman chat.
Oh man, then I gotta switch chats over. You guys convinced me to buy dice I didn't even need.
You don't have to roll everything in
it.
You don't have to roll everything in the Bagman chat. The only thing you have to roll in the Bagman chat is if I ask you to prove something. So if you roll a D20 on your table and you decide, and you're like, "Hey, I rolled a D20," and I'm like, "All right, that's a critical threat," I might say, prove it in the chat.
Oh, I got a 7.
A 7 total or a 7 before your bonus?
A 4, and then I rolled a 4, and I have a +3. Fucking dumb. I'm not paying attention. I'm not paying attention to shit. I'm kicking dirt clods at the barbarian.
I love it.
Come over here and listen to this. It's ridiculous.
I got a 9 + 3, so 12.
I'm gonna take it out of the headphone.
All right. Since Casey, are you watching them from a distance,
Andrew's chasing
or
around
do you
JT's
care if they
helper.
see that you're following them?
Watching them from a bit of a distance, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, they don't notice you at all. They're
dumb dwarves.
They are. Well, they're
That's
just.
right.
One of them's talking about some weird plans of throwing chairs through the air. The other one's talking about learning how to run faster. They're just not really paying attention to you.
Basically, Mac and Charlie.
Is there anything you want to do next?
I am going to follow them and try to figure out what they're up to.
Okay. Up to no good, as usual. All right, so
That's a nat 20.
as for our
Wasted that one.
Yeah.
our longing mother and her illegitimate elf child, you guys make it to the fields in which you're working, and it's the same as every day. Just mounds and mounds and mounds of garbage. Imagine, has everybody seen Labyrinth here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Long time
So
ago.
just imagine these mounds like the garbage section of that movie, right? And so,
But
I mean,
filled with
It's all
rings
fun.
and
but yeah,
crowns and stuff.
everything seems to be made of like this really nice, shiny, yellowish colored metal that's really smooth and intricate, and there seems to be shiny rocks in these places. There's
Can I have
kind
a
of a
personal collection?
what's that?
I'd
Go
like
ahead.
to try to start making my own personal collection of shiny rocks just because I think they're neat.
Oh yeah, there's so much that you could probably
This dwarf thinks they're neat.
Yeah, you could probably do whatever if you wanted to stash some in your. But
Yeah, can I make jewelry out of it later?
why don't
Yeah,
you
you slow that Patsy down.
why don't you roll a wisdom check,
Okay.
a DC 12.
Well, let me go see my bonus. Just straight wisdom?
Yeah.
Alright, so I have a +4 to that, so 11.
So you can't quite figure out why you would want to keep a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you could, but you're pretty sure that your elvish son would think ill of you if you wanted to.
Okay.
How dwarven of you.
But I mean,
I don't give a fuck what you do.
there is something in the back of your mind that's like this. I feel like I should be keeping this stuff, but it's so weird.
Dwarves used to covet gold.
All right, Elf, what are you doing when you see? Are you just gonna get to work and start loading up your Patsy's backpack with all of this strange stuff?
Yeah, I guess I'll just work, try to sneak away from this crazy dwarven lady that thinks she's my mom.
You want
Just slowly moving around to the side of a pile while she collects these crazy stones that she keeps going on and on about how they might be important one day. I don't know. It's just garbage.
Yeah, it's just garbage. Roll a wisdom check yourself, DC 12, please. Just roll a 20-sider and add your wisdom bonus to that.
Plus just the ability modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah, 11.
So you're kind of in the same boat as her. Like, you see some of this stuff and you're like, man, this is really, like, somebody really spent a lot of time on this garbage to make it, some of these pieces of garbage are really delicate and, almost pretty. They're almost pretty. Like, Are
they just telling us this is garbage, or is it just known that this is what garbage is?
You 100% think that it's garbage. 100%. So, yeah, but I mean, like, some of this stuff is like etched with leaves and trees, and it's like, it's really pretty. Like, somebody spent a lot of time making this garbage.
I see the trees. What do I see when I look at these trees more closely?
Like just a regular tree out in the fields?
No, on the garbage.
On the garbage?
Why would this dwarf seem to be interested in this garbage?
Well,
I just want to look a little closer at it.
Do you have any sort of appraisal skills, or what about history skills? Do you have any of those with your ranger?
I do have appraise at 0.
No, go ahead and roll it. Roll a d20.
A 20?
Yep.
Oh, what'd you get?
A 2!
Yeah, you don't know shit.
I don't know
This
shit.
look like somebody spent a lot of time carving a tree.
You're like, huh.
On a shiny chest plate. And it...
Well...
Yeah, it's the weirdest damn thing.
Somebody's garbage is somebody else's bullshit garbage. Throw it over my shoulder.
So, question.
Answer.
I have actually a 4 bonus to appraisal with precious gemstones and something else.
Yeah.
Oh, precious metals and gemstones. Could I try to see if it's actually cool? Because I think it's real pretty.
Well, yeah, it's weird. Like, you think it should be worth a lot, but it's just garbage. It's a weird feeling.
All right, fair.
It's definitely a contradictory feeling. Like, you're like, why is this garbage? Why do I think this is garbage? All right, dwarf warrior. What are you doing with your brother there? What are you two yahoos up to?
Is there a patsy nearby?
Both of your patsies are falling behind you. Clopping their coconuts.
Throw it, you bastard.
Leave your patsy alone. I got a better idea.
All right. I'm listening to my brother's idea.
Okay. Unless you really want to chase around your patsy some more.
No. It wasn't true love.
I'm betting you all of tonight's dinner, if I throw some of this garbage at you, you can't hit it over that hill up there and hit one of the goblins.
All right.
I'll give you half the dinner if you can hit that little pansy elf around the corner, though.
All right, so I go double or nothing towards the elf.
All right, you brought you brought your whacking stick, right?
Yep. Yeah. What the hell was it? A great club. Yeah.
All right, JT, why don't you roll a dice? We're gonna start it off at 20. JT, roll a dice, and the higher you roll, the more we'll take off of that number 20, and then Andrew will have to beat the remaining number.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
we're-
scooping up some garbage and throwing it
yeah.
at him, see if he can hit it.
So he's
So we're
found...
collectively going for a 20 then.
No, well, sort of. We're starting out at 20. JT's gonna lob a cup, and based on how well JT lobs this cup,
A tiny shanty town surrounded by piles of garbage. But the garbage is weird because it's all crowns and rings and precious stones.
His computer,
But none of us have rolled high
microphone's
enough
picking it up.
to understand what the garbage really is doing.
all right, JT, roll a
here's the roll.
d20. Tell me what you get.
So you want the flat rolls? Do I get any bonuses?
Dex.
So That is 15, 16, 17.
You rolled a 17?
JT and Andrew are off
Hell
in the
yeah.
corner
All right.
throwing chairs at each other.
Andrew,
Because they're dwarves.
Andrew, roll a d20 and add your strength bonus to it, and you need to beat a 3.
And I yell at you. Before you hit it, call your shot.
You need to beat a 3 because JT he lobbed this goblet in the air, and it's just a perfect lob for you to hit with your club. I mean,
All right.
so
Do I get a bonus?
your strength.
It glimmers. Bing!
Roll a d20 and
Alright.
tell me what you roll.
All right, I got a 10, and my strength is 13. So
your strength bonus should be 1 or 2 with a 13. Do you see how your
it
attributes?
says ability mod +1.
There you go.
Is that it?
11.
So you rolled an 11. So you sock it, and now roll another 20-sided dice. And Jesse, what's your armor class? I'm thinking it's 12.
15. Wait, you want total?
I want flat-footed, your original one. Like, if you're not paying attention, the very first number you have, it'll be...
I thought you were
So I've
going for
got-
the orc.
Total touch and flat. So flat is 10.
All right. Roll a d20,
Okay.
Andrew, and add your strength bonus to that.
Add my strength bonus to that.
Yep.
So +1 for strength. I got a 16. So
All right.
17.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Crush
Good night.
that elf.
So, Jesse, go ahead and take 1 hit point of damage as a
Oh.
golden cup flies across the air. You hear this 4, and then you hear another dwarf laughing. And then donk right on top of your head. This cup hits you at high velocity. Turn to see the 2 dwarves. Halfling, you see all of this happening, by the way. You see the whole setup. Like, you see the point, you hear the double or nothing, you see the perfect lob, you see the goblet get cracked by the great club, and it just goes sailing a good 100 yards. Like, it was just a perfect hit. And that elf's over there working, and all of a sudden, bam, right on the top of his head. Boonk.
Dwarves rule.
Dwarves roar!
Am I
Oh, my hell.
dazed?
No, you're not dazed, but I mean, it hurt. I mean, David did a point of
it
damage
hurt.
to you.
Okay. So I gain my wits about me and I look for the most throwable object at my feet.
Yes!
All right, you find that, well, there's that goblet that just hit you in the head.
Perfect. All right, so I, in anger, throw the goblet back in their direction as hard as I can,
All right, roll a
while
d-
screaming obscenities that would make anybody's mother blush.
All right, roll a d20 and add your dexterity bonus to that.
9 plus 5, 14.
Andrew, what's your armor class?
Nah, fuck. Man.
Yeah, you're a barbarian. You have tons of hit points.
Yeah.
You don't
where
have
the
armor
fuck's
class. You have hit points.
10.
All right, so you're standing there laughing. You're like, elves suck, dwarves rule, ah! And you're laughing. You look over at your brother. You're laughing. He's laughing. And, all of a sudden, bam, right in the head. The same cup you just hit. You take 1 point of damage. Casey, what do you do during all of this? You're watching the whole thing happen.
Yeah. So
JT and Andrew are off. JT
I'm hit.
throws a goblet at Andrew, so he hits it with his great club. It comes flying, hits me in the back of the head. So I grab it. I'm like, fucking dwarves! I throw it back and hit Andrew in the nose.
Hanging back and watching all of this. Now, does the situation diffuse any, or are they going to get into it?
You feel... It looks like it's escalating.
Oh, it's escalating.
Okay. So, I am going to go and try to diffuse the situation.
All right. How are you going to do that?
I am going to tackle one of the dwarves and go running off in the other direction to see if they'll follow.
All right. Perfect. Which dwarf? Just either one of them?
I'm going to tackle the one that wasn't trying to fuck his Patsy because I feel like that's a safer bet.
Damn it.
All right. JT. What is your strength?
Base stat?
Mm-hmm.
12.
So that's a +1, correct?
Yes.
And Casey, what is your strength?
My strength base
Mm-hmm.
is a 12.
Okay, so you guys both the same strength. Why don't you give me a dexterity check, Casey? Just roll a d20 and add your dexterity bonus, please.
Okay, so 6 plus 3, so 9.
9. JT, you want to roll a wisdom check or a perception check rather, and see if you beat that 9.
With a wisdom?
Perception, wisdom, whichever's higher.
Okay. So D20. I got a 17. My wisdom is 17, so plus 3. 17, 8, 20.
Okay.
Unnatural.
You can hear the footsteps of a halfling rolling in behind you in a collision course with you directly.
Let's see here. What could I do? Halflings aren't such bad critters. Okay. They're one step up from gnomes. Gnomes I can't tolerate, but halflings I'm okay with.
Maybe I should have gone for the other dwarf.
Yeah, I'll just sidestep her.
Okay, it's
Step out of the
easy.
way.
It's easy for you to do because you heard her coming from a mile off, so you just kind of like, oh, there's a halfling there. Casey, roll a dexterity check.
All right.
If you come any further, you come into our danger zone.
You need
All
to
right.
roll
Start swinging your arms.
With my D20 plus my modifier.
plus your dexterity modifier. You need to beat a 12.
All right. So with my 20, I rolled an 18, and my dexterity modifier is a 3.
Okay, so he goes to step to the side, and you just kind of do this wicked little backflip, side flip thing, cartwheel looking thing,
Yes.
and you just kind of slide on the ground and look at him like, what are you gonna do? Like, how you gonna mess with me, you know? And it's pretty impressive, Mr. Dwarf, to watch this little springy little halfling kind of dodge your sidestep there. I mean, it was pretty quick. Mom, you weird mother. What are you doing there with this whole situation? You just watched the two dwarfs screw around. And...
Well, first things first, my son is hurt, so I'm gonna try to hop up and guess where he got his boo-boo and do cure light wounds to get him back that 1 hit point.
Okay.
You got cure light wounds.
All right. So, Jesse, how do you react to the crazy lady healing you? Like, you feel better. You can actually go ahead and erase that 1 point of damage.
You keep your filthy dwarven magic off me.
Aw.
That was a scar waiting to happen, and you've taken my scar away.
You were bruised. Oh my god.
That's good.
All right.
Now,
you know
had a
what?
dwarf hurt.
Now, how am I supposed to tell the tale of how am I supposed to tell the tale of the great goblet fight?
The Great Goblet. Oh fucking K.
You've taken the evidence away from my my mortal wound
Goblin,
that I got
thank you very much.
in battle.
Speaking of which, Jade, while all of this is
Why don't you go hang out with your own kind? You people. Go hang out with your people.
All right, you know what? I'll do just that. I'm gonna go over to my other 2 children, and I'm gonna yell at them for fucking roughhousing with an elf that I'm trying to make friends with.
You're not their real
I did
mom.
not raise you to throw goblins at people. You fucking know better.
Let me borrow your Patsy,
I'm
Mom.
not even gonna kill you because you fucking earned that one. Fuck.
Jade, I want to take this moment to make a perception check to see if I notice that during all of this, if there's any goblins nearby taking notice, if there's any of the bosses.
Oh yeah, do we have bosses?
Absolutely.
I would like to do the same thing, but a perception towards noticing unusual stonework and robber.
You're gonna rob Bob?
Yep.
Robber. Let's wait for that. Wait till they have something to take. Not yet.
Go ahead.
You're not the smart brother, are you?
Go ahead.
He's the one that smashes his head into things.
Go ahead and roll that perception check, JT.
It's an 18 on the roll plus
Ooh.
perception is. Don't tell me. I need to get used to finding it. Oh, it's off my wisdom, so 21.
Oh, dude. Yeah, there's.
I had a plan the whole time.
Up on the ridge, there's actually several knights, which are you guys recognize them. They're Goblin Knights. They wear armor and they ride on the back of horks, which a hork is a orc that's got a basically saddle on his shoulders
Yes,
and a bridle in his mouth. And they kind of sit on the backpack there and they run around on all fours very clumsily while these knights spur them around. And yeah, there's several of them on horkback up on the ridge there, looking down on you guys, watching all the fuss.
Nice. Let's see here.
And what were you rolling for, Andrew? What were you wanting?
I was gonna rob somebody, but now it just doesn't even seem important. But I'm still gonna rob them.
Well, you do see the female dwarf, the mom, the mom dwarf. You see her. She's just frustrated as shit at the elf, and she's heading your way, kind of stewing as if she's you forgot to clean your room, and she's coming to paddle your bottom.
Okay, yeah, I want to steal her fancy rocks because she didn't feed her other kids. She's a terrible fucking mother.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. I don't know what to tell you, Mom. I want to play you some In the Arms of an Angel music, some Sarah McLachlan or something.
Can I help out, Mom?
Yeah,
Please?
everybody's being really
Okay. So
Wait, I want to
see-
ask real quick. What kind of dwarves are you? You guys mountain dwarves, elder dwarves?
Mountain.
Andrew
Okay.
doesn't know.
Andrew, yeah, you're an elder dwarf, Andrew.
I'm an
like
elder
me.
dwarf. I
Yeah.
got it on my thing right in front of me. I know damn well what I am.
Okay, so I see that Mom is going toward this dwarf, and he just looks like he's up to no good.
Well, these are the
I can
dwarves.
see-
The dwarves are right next to you. In fact,
Yeah.
you're like right in the middle of these
Yeah.
two dwarves.
So I'm watching Mom come up, and I don't trust this dwarf who's just been kind of a dick all morning.
Well, why don't you go ahead and roll a perception check? You should have a perception.
Okay. Oops. Shit.
And Andrew, do you have any sort of bluff or anything like that in your?
Oh shit.
Yes. I don't.
All
Am
right,
I supposed
so-
to tell you how much? How does that work?
My perception is 17.
You rolled a 17.
I rolled a 19, and then my perception is -2.
Yes. Well, this time, you're like standing, fight the powers. So yeah, Andrew, you need to beat a 17 on a bluff check.
Luck?
Bluff.
Bluff.
So if you have bluff as a skill, you need to use that, or you can use a charisma.
My charisma is 13. My bluff is 1. So the 1 adds to the 13.
No. So the 13 gives you 1, and that's probably where your bluff comes in.
Okay.
So
And what am I rolling? A d20?
D20, and you're adding only 1.
Motherfucker.
Nah.
All right, Casey, you do not trust him. As a matter of fact, there's nothing that, there's nothing that he's been doing that's good all day today, and you can tell.
Okay, so before Mom can get to us and he can do whatever fuckery he's up to, I am going to take him out at the knees. Knock him down.
All right, go ahead and make yourself an attack roll on Andrew.
This
Is
one.
that still a D20?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Better
So
be
I
good.
got what modifier do I add? A strength?
You would add a strength, yes.
Okay, so I rolled a 16 plus 1, so 17.
And Andrew, your
he's
armor
going
class
down.
is?
It's like 12, I think.
What's your armor class, Andrew?
Do not know where to find it, so I'm looking.
It's up at the
Oh,
very
armor
top.
class.
under your
10.
All right, so Andrew, go ahead and make a dexterity check. You need to beat a 17. So roll your d20 and add whatever dexterity bonus you have. You have a DC of
I have
17.
no dexterity bonus.
All right, roll it. You got to beat a 17. One
9.
dice.
You're not built to
A
fight.
9. All right. So you're thinking about what you're thinking about. You're like, I'm going to steal Mom's rocks. Fuck Mom. Mom went for cigarettes when I was a kid, and she never came back. I'm going to steal her rocks. And the next thing you know, your feet are above your head, and the back of your head hits the ground. And and there's stars. There's, you've got birdies and stars
Tweety birds.
tweeting all around you.
Tweety dwarves.
And JT, are you gonna stand for this? Your
Oh.
brother getting, his legs
I
swept
go
out
over
from
there
under.
as my brother gets knocked on his ass. I laugh. I shake my head. I yell at this guy, Moradin, why do you curse me so? And I go over to him. I go, these are not our enemies, brother. We are meant for fighting other things. And I reach down to him, and I produce in my hand, I said, here, from the gods. And I give him a good berry that rolls down out of my hand and into his mouth from a spell I cast. Bling.
Well, that will heal your damage. I believe good berries heal 1 point of damage per berry.
The gods watch over us, for we are elder dwarves.
Lucky bastard.
Crush not the halflings.
Only
make fun of the elf. But
Andrew-
notice, they see us.
Andrew, make a wisdom check here, DC 14. So roll a 20-sided dice and add your wisdom bonus to it. You need to beat 14 here.
Okay, so D14.
D20.
Oh,
I
D20.
gave you a good berry, dude.
And what was the check for again?
You need to roll better. It's a wisdom check.
Wisdom. Okay.
And you
My
need to
wisdom's -1. So
Perfect. roll better than a 14. So you need to roll better than a 15.
Oh my god, and I get a 13.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just can't quite figure out that because these good berries are so delicious. They've got a little.
Really are.
They've got a little S of them. Every time one rolls into your mouth, you just think, "Taste the rainbow." It's all you can get. And you haven't quite figured out that throughout the years, every time you fuck up, your brother just gives you one of these things, and you're happy. You're a happy guy every time your brother gives you one.
It's an actual spell too, Andrew.
You thought this one through, didn't you, JT?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
All right,
Little
Mom, you show up to the group of dwarves. The halfling swept the leg of one of the dwarves. You don't know why. You have no clue. But the other dwarf went over there.
All of my children for roughhousing. They know better.
And starving.
We're supposed to be working for our masters, and we need to be working hard. We need to.
Mom, that this dwarf is up to no good.
Looks to me like
left.
you crap out of your brother for no reason. You're
we were
dumb.
playing garbage ball, minding our own business.
Garbage ball. I want the elf.
Rape a Patsy all morning. He deserved it.
We've been trying to get the elf to play garbage ball with us first. He was playing just a little bit ago.
Oh my god. I don't believe that for a second.
So the kids start rattling on their excuses for their shenanigans. The mom's frustrated. Elf, what are you doing?
I want to roll a perception check on what our ugly little overseers are doing at this moment.
So,
Like, are they getting ready to come down and start whipping us, or
no,
are they laughing their asses off?
they seem to be laughing and exchanging purses back and forth, as if they might be betting against whoever is doing whatever over there. But they don't seem to be angry, but they seem to be kind of changing their tone. You know what I mean? Like when you glance up at them at first, they're all kind of like ah ha ha, exchanging some purses up there. And then now they're all kind of like, well, wait a minute here. Maybe they should be doing something down there. You know what I mean? So they're kind of in that transitionary period of maybe something fishy's happening.
And how many of them are there?
There's 5 up there on the ridge.
5 of them. Do they look as unkempt as we do? Are they like bottom rung of the? Are they the minimum wage workers?
No. These guys are well kept, and each one of them are adorned, if you will. One of them's got a huge, like, floppy hat with a big feather in it. One of them's got a 1500s beret with a, big golden gem in the middle. They look like
fancy goblins.
Yeah, they got ruffles on their collars, so to speak, underneath their armor sticking out there.
Fancy goblins.
But they're goblins
Fancy
too,
goblins.
which by the way, it feels as odd as the garbage does. So the fact that these goblins are appearing to be, noble.
So what's this little nagging problem that I'm having with this? Why does everything seem to be a little backwards? Like, what is the voice inside my head telling me?
It's telling you everything is normal and you shouldn't be a foolish dwarf just charging into these silly thoughts. Right? You're not dumb like a dwarf. But there's something in the back of your head. There's something in the back of your head that's just saying, this shit ain't right. Something ain't right here.
I want to see what happens if I let's see. I want to go over to the dwarves.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over there, and I'm gonna ask them if if it seems normal that these goblins are so well kept. Everything I've heard about goblins, they're grimy little creatures that steal and kill for their own pleasure.
Make a lore check about God. What's your favorite enemy, Ranger?
Or
Okay, make a wisdom check about your goblin theory before you. I might make you alter your speech a little bit there.
Oh no.
2 plus 2. 4.
Yeah, you.
This is perfectly normal.
The feeling you get about the goblins is even less concerning than the garbage and the way they're dressed. The goblins themselves. But something is up.
Having a good elf day.
Something is up. You know that for sure. But the rest of y'all that are grouped up there, you do see the elf coming your way, and he does have a puzzled look on his face. He kind of keeps glancing up at the knights on the hill, so to speak, and glancing at you guys and glancing around at the trash, and you think that cup might have hit him in the head pretty hard. You're not sure.
It knocked loose my self actualization. What are we doing here? Why are we here? What is this? What is life?
So I go up and I hug him in like a big crushing dwarf hug, and I'm like, it's okay. You don't have to say anything. I forgive you.
I give her a sideways.
I take it.
Look.
You take it as affection. So what do you think? Do you think that he's bringing up a good question here, you guys? What he seems kind of confused. Are any of you guys confused?
Agree with him.
I mean, Gore is the reigning champion of Garbage Ball. I'm his manager. Our Patsy's bring us more balls when we need more.
I'm wondering why I'm not getting paid if those guys are.
Well, I mean, we're doing pretty good. We're doing all right.
We get paid in ration?
You should listen to your brother there, dwarf. Why aren't we getting paid? What is all this for? What do they do with this? What are they going to do with us?
So,
are we going to?
I do got.
Are we going to run out of? Oh, you're.
I'm betting that Gore can hit one of them goblins with one of these cups.
I'm down.
Bet he can do it.
You guys think that's wise?
He's been training.
You can tell. I used to have a scar to prove it.
Can I do a wisdom check to see how I think of this dwarf's plan?
Absolutely. You don't even need a wisdom check for that. You can just roleplay your character.
I look at the dwarf, shake my head, see that the stupid is genetic, and side with the elf on this one.
Wait.
Great idea.
So you're thinking that it's a little weird too, halfling, but you don't think that antagonizing them's any good?
How many are there on any given day?
Well, I mean, right around the same amount that are up there today. You know, sometimes there's a couple more. Yeah, sometimes there's a couple less, but they're always watching when they come into the village to clean up the garbage. There's usually 5 or 6 of them at least.
I am going to propose that we get a little bit more sneaky about antagonizing our orc goblin overlords.
I disagree immediately.
And I go, hold on. Dwarves are the best at sneaking. We can do this.
How's the
Dwarves aren't the
terrain?
best
Is it rocky or flat terrain?
Really want you to think about that portion of the movie Labyrinth when she's going.
So there's hills and piles all over the place.
It's like
we got some rough terrain.
It's like a huge rough garbage landfill. But
Okay, I'm
You know, the
doubting the
garbage-
dwarf can be sneaky enough for this. He's not. I think I can be more sneaky than the dwarf.
I disagree that we need to sneak, and I want Casey's character put in the chair I'm about to smash over the fence.
so
Not to cause pain to her. I'm just going to propel her at incredible speeds through
Wait.
the air.
Are you saying you can hit a goblin with her?
It's a halfling, no problem.
Okay, what are we betting?
No, we're not.
I've got all of my brother's dinner all put on it.
Okay, I will take that bet.
One dinner, one dinner.
I will take that bet.
All right, strap down.
all right, so so we're gonna put the halfling in a chair.
Putting the halfling in the chair.
Okay.
The halfling in the chair is going to be thrown at me, and I'm going to crush that sumbitch straight towards the goblins as an attack.
Go ahead, and anybody here hearing this plan may make an intelligence check. The difficulty that you're trying to beat here is 12.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your 20-sided dice. Add your intellect bonus to that. And
I got a
who's
14.
doing that?
Sounds like a good plan to me.
The elf's like, yeah, it seems reasonable.
So is it our intelligence that we're adding?
Intelligence bonus, yes, correct.
Okay, so I rolled an 18.
All right.
Oh.
Not a good
Fun
plan.
ruiner.
So the two ladies of the group are like, okay, guys, listen. First of all, she can't stay in the chair if you're going to throw the chair at her and then hit the chair. You could hit her just as easy as you do that. And
We've been training a long time, ladies.
the halfling says it's probably just easier if you were to put me in the chair and then use a large, long object to use as a catapult of types and have somebody jump on one end of that and launch me through the air that way. And the mom dwarf, of course, says, yes, you children need to think before you do something silly, because a catapult would work, but the baseball thing probably isn't going to work with the halfling. So
Okay, so I want to ask, how heavy is the elf compared to how heavy the garbage is that I can lob up into the air?
The elf or the halfling?
No, that'll splatter. Too messy.
well,
The halfling is 40 pounds.
the halfling or the elf, the halfling's super light. The chair you can find a light chair to put her in, but the elf is probably only 90.
On it.
The elf is probably only 90 or
I'm
100 pounds.
185.
185 pounds compared to 40.
Okay.
Well,
And if
So
we
Mike-
write dwarven on the chair, it's a dwarven weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
Children.
how are you a 185-pound elf? You're a fucking strong.
I
That's a
don't
big
We've
elf.
derailed so much, and we're worried about.
I thought I
we're
looked
worried about
at all the
elf.
stats.
What you
So
think? What you think you could probably do is, if you wanted a really heavy object to throw on the other end of the catapult that you're creating, it would probably be best to take one or two of the patsies and fill their backpacks up with as much gold and treasure garbage that's out there, and then toss one of them onto the other
I'm not
end.
losing a patsy. Put the elf on it.
No, you wouldn't. You would use them as the
The
count.
patsy stays on the ground. I fly.
Yeah, you use the patsy as the counterweight and. launch.
Understood. Elf is my counterweight.
I have a question.
Don't touch me with your little pudgy, short fingers.
Your
Little
little stumpy
sausage
dwarf
fingers. Sausage fingers.
What's your question,
I
Jake?
have a
All right.
Are we? Is there any indication or reason in this environment that we would want to, other than our natural urge to overthrow our oppressors? Like, what is this society like? Is this a society that is verging on rioting against their oppressors, or is this society complacent.
Do you do you have
we
a
feel
history?
like slaves?
Do you have a history skill?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Or something about dwarvish history or lore, if you will. Does anybody have that? Cleric, maybe?
Yes. And is dwarven.
You have a dwarvish lore?
Well, knowledge history, and I'm dwarf.
Okay. That would make sense. Go ahead and roll that check. And we'll say anything above a 12 will give you information. Incrementally, every 3 points above that will give you more information.
Oh, shit. I rolled it wrong. Right?
Exclamation D20.
That's right. No space.
No space.
Whew. Oh. 4. Nope, just a flat 4. I don't know this shit.
Yeah. You're very foggy. Anybody else?
I'm looking at sticks and leaves.
Putting them in your hair.
Pretty much. Armor.
Shit. Where is it?
Fucking druids.
I have a freedom fighter characteristic. Does that do us any good?
Ooh, that might change things.
Says you gain a.
Basically, do we feel like we've been enslaved, or do we feel like it's just a job we have to do for some reason?
One thing is for certain, honestly, none of you could tell each other how long you've been doing this. But you feel like you've been doing it all your life, and this is your lot in life. This is what...
Including the elf?
Everybody. It's the way it's always been. It's what you do every morning. But truthfully, none of you can remember how long you've been there doing that. Nor can any of you remember any stories about days you've had working in the fields.
So this is like Groundhog Day?
Well, I mean, it just seems
Or it feels like Groundhog Day.
Yeah. I mean, everything just seems real foggy to y'all.
Like something we would pay attention to, or something where it's just like, it's happened so long you don't really remember how long you've been there?
Well, I mean, you guys would have to figure that out. But, like, you know that elf, and you've seen that elf before, and you know your brother, but you don't have any
Why have I never met my mom?
You don't know...
Excuse me.
You've met all these people, but you don't have any memories or stories about working with them before, even your brother. You know that's your brother. But you don't know why you don't have any memories.
Have memories of my children. God, I feel like a terrible mother.
Okay, so can we get back to smashing Casey's character towards the goblin?
You're just mad because I knocked you on your ass.
That's true.
Absolutely. If you guys are you guys going to catapult the halfling? Is that
Have we?
Oh, you're still gonna do that?
Have we disarmed?
What's that?
We've been disarmed.
Yes, you have no weapons.
Yeah. We should.
Am I wearing my magic? Oh, I guess I would be wearing my magic if I was able to use healing.
A halfling is part dwarf, right?
Can I make a wisdom check?
Halfling's a halfling.
Okay.
What's your wisdom check for?
It's like Frodo.
I want to know if my wisdom will tell me if this goes sour, will I not get dinner?
Go ahead.
Doesn't Andrew already have your dinner?
No.
Yes.
Only half.
He has half. He has half.
Oh,
No,
my
we
bad.
did double. We did double or nothing.
Double
No,
or
I
nothing.
didn't
I hit
agree
the
to
elf.
You get half my dinner. You didn't go for the damn goblin. That's what I was hoping you would have done. Okay. So that plus my wisdom. 7. No, seems perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
Do this. Hit that motherfucker.
I want to know.
We're gonna hit a goblin with a halfling. Yes.
While I start rubbing where my wound should have been,
Ooh.
I
Took a
wonder to
scar?
myself why I can't remember any of the other fights that I've been in my life. It seems like I know what I'm doing, but why can't I remember any training or any fighting that I've been in previously to just today?
That'll work. That'll get you into the clue that I'm trying to give you. Roll a wisdom check. Say DC 10, and the higher you get, the better.
18
Oh.
plus 2, 20.
You know, as you're thinking about your past combat and you're thinking about all the things, one of the things you remember very, very specifically was that you fuck up orcs. You kill orcs.
I do kill
You've
orcs.
done nothing but kill orcs.
I do kill.
And you have never ever heard of goblins riding orcs around like horses, calling them horks. You know they're called horks. And wearing bridles.
I know all this stuff.
And you've never heard of this before. You know that that's not right now. There's something wrong. Orcs are savage.
Something's
they're
up,
bestial.
guys.
They're not mounts. They're not horsies.
Right.
But could I ride one?
All right, guys. Something's up. That goblin to the head knocked something loose. And I remember that I used to fuck up orcs like it was going out of business sale. Something's going on. These goblins are riding orcs, and this is not how it's supposed to be. We need to take a step back. Let's all go back and meet in one of our huts away from their gaze. Talk this out.
Me brother and I got some huts, training halls.
Only if we hold hands.
No.
Ain't happening.
You can stay outside.
Ouch!
Dwarves make tunnels. We have built tunnels through the trash.
Oh, secret trash tunnels.
Well, you would know about them.
Have they built secret trash tunnels?
In the mountains of the trash.
Well, no, they haven't, and you do find it interesting.
I dug out an alcove.
You do find it very interesting for some, the long lives of the dwarves. They're very long-lived. They're not as long-lived as elves, but they're very long-lived. And if they've been here cleaning up garbage, this weird, shiny yellow metal garbage with the pretty rocks, then it's very strange that they haven't built tunnels, because they definitely have not built tunnels. The whole thing should be.
Are you guys like special education dwarves that don't build tunnels?
This place should be
no,
like a gopher man.
Why aren't you guys building tunnels?
You think tunnels are homes? Well, they are.
So I
don't know why I don't build tunnels.
I distinctly remember fighting orcs, but I have no sense of time of when it happened. And I know for a fact that dwarves are driven with their little snaky fingers to dig, and you guys haven't been digging.
We're really
We
good
really
at
need
trash
to
ball.
discuss this. Come into my hut. Everybody follow me.
This
Okay.
goat over here is the best trash ball player on this side of the commons.
Sick of your damn trash ball. Get
You
the
probably
fuck-
trash ball.
you probably heard of
Trash
us.
Trash ball is the wave of the future. I don't know why you don't think that's not good.
Okay, all right.
Can I intimidate dwarves into following
We'll
the
talk
elves?
about trash bag.
Elves don't have any culture.
Trash ball.
It's the wave of the future, Elf.
Ball it up. Hit it.
All right, so
Okay, let's go talk about
is everybody
trash balls
okay?
in my
Are we gonna go? We gonna go to the elves'
Yeah, I'll
hut?
go.
Yeah, well, I'm down.
Mom, you
Yep.
going to the elves' hut? Okay, and halfling.
Oh, nice
Yeah.
tunnel.
All right.
Elves
you guys-
aren't bad at making tunnels.
You guys get back to the elves' hut, and everybody's pretty much got their eyes on you at this point. They're like, what's this group up to? And you're pretty
I want
sure
to
that.
flip one of them off.
All right.
Fucking dwarves.
You're already in the house.
Well, he's flipping them off in that general direction. They can't see him, but he is flipping them off, and he's doing it in a very tough manner.
I flip
Like,
you off. and
you
then
can see me now! Ah!
Yeah. I shall knock you a second time.
Well,
All
the
right,
funny
so
thing is
I want to start going around.
As you guys are as you guys have a really difficult time going into the hut because everybody's patsy's trying to get in there too, and it's really not that big of a hut. So there's the five of you and these 5 gigantic backpack wielding coconut guys, and you know,
I tell my Patsy to wait outside.
We gotta tie him up
Yeah.
outside.
Patsy's wait outside.
Andrew, go in the hut first.
All right. So you guys tie the patsies up outside and head on in. Andrew, I won't make you make a willpower check to avoid hanging out with the tied up patsies.
I feel like you might need to.
So I know how exciting that
So
might
I wanna-
be for you.
No more good berries if you touch a Patsy.
Man,
The
they're
little
looking
hairy
pretty
woman.
good tied up outside of that front door. You know what I'm saying?
There's better things in the world.
Hey
It's like a
girl,
Patsy buffet.
hey girl, looking
I
mighty,
want to go around.
looking mighty fine in that
wanna-
twine. Know what I'm saying?
They're only
Andrew-
humans.
I want to
They're
go
not that
around the
attractive.
circle.
Oh,
Tied up and in a
I want to
straight
go
line.
around the
That's how this
circle
girl
and
likes
ask.
Oh my
I
god.
want to
God.
ask people in a circle, what is the last fight or the last heroic thing they can remember doing? What is the last action you remember doing before today?
You're Patsy.
I
So,
remember the other breakfasts I've made.
in
Are they able
respect
to
of-
remember? They're not able to remember like actual detail,
who
right?
doesn't want
Nope.
to remember breakfast?
Nope, they don't
I'm
remember.
trying to.
They don't remember detail. They just remember that they've been doing it every day the same way.
And that somehow I ended up really good at garbage ball.
That's right.
I remember.
Don't you guys find it odd that you can't remember anything else that we've ever done?
No, we're
I mean,
dwarves.
I know that I'm an orc slayer, but I can't remember killing any orcs.
Honey, you've always had illusions of grandeur. Let's be honest here.
You know, Jade,
Don't patronize
I
me.
chose goblins for my favorite race.
To agree with the elf. I remember being
got it
very
out.
anti-slavery, and wanting to help people escape, but I don't remember actually doing anything about it.
Hmm.
I
Honey,
said we
I feel
blow
like
up
that
a
should be
bridge on their next
existentialism
parade.
talking.
That's very.
But Mom,
I said I think
we're
existentialism talking.
we're aware of, magic and mythos in the world, right?
No, you think there should be, but
Hmm.
Well, we'd have to be aware because my brother just hooked me up with a berry with his own magic.
yeah,
So we'd have
I
to be
keep
aware at
thinking-
some point.
you would think. But
No, I'm just
Your
giving
brother-
you
you're not the
berries.
brightest dwarf in the
I just
cave,
make
Andrew.
berries.
your brother's just always had Skittles with him. That's you
Reese's Pieces.
love Skittles.
Yeah, who'd question this?
I also have Druid Domain, so I have orisons of spells that I can do divinely a few times a day. 8 times a day.
Well, yeah, it's pretty weird though that you can cast spells and The mom can cast spells, but it doesn't really make sense.
I abuse it.
Nobody's supposed to be able to do that.
Mine's just the power of motherhood. You'll understand when you have children.
I feel like I'm 2 steps
Oh.
away from having a red painted handprint on my face and being named Wilson.
So, okay.
On a side note, I do have to say that meme the other day was fantastic about quarantine, where they say, watching Castaway, and you think,
Yeah.
Wilson, he's talking to a volleyball or whatever, and then it's like 2 months into quarantine. Roomba, look at you go, you crazy son of a bitch.
All right. Well, it's obvious that something is amiss. And
Yeah.
I think
You all definitely can
And I
come to that
think-
conclusion.
it has to do with something about these goblins. I think these goblins are controlling us in our minds somehow.
How can we stop them from controlling us? Can we attack them?
Who says they're controlling us? Because if they were... as
Well,
an
they're
elder
controlling the
dwarf-
orcs and riding them as horses, and I know for a fact that orcs is not horses.
Yeah, and you definitely
Horses,
know
not
that
horses.
you definitely know that goblins are subservient to orcs. Like, they do all of their dirty work. They always have. That's why you don't even bother
Right.
worried about fighting them. If you as a warrior go into battle and kill the orc, 50 goblins that were following that orc will turn around and run the other way.
Destroy the orcs.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, the other thing that's confusing, the other thing that's confusing to you is that you know that, but you also know that horks are something that you ride around to go get stuff done. Everybody does it.
Okay, so
you know two
I'm going to
things.
come up with a plan. I want to go sneak up to these horks and see if I see anything amiss. I want to see if there's anything about these horks that is unusual. I want to get as close as I can I want to go, gold pile to gold pile.
How are you going to do this? Just sneaky? You have hide? Are you going to have your companions help you?
Yeah.
As
I
companions?
volunteer to help the elf.
As companions, what do you think about all of this stuff this elf is saying to you guys?
I've got a plan.
The elf's basically... Go ahead.
I have the ability of stubborn, so I have a +2 on will saves versus... Oh, where'd it go? Never mind. That won't do anything. Never mind. Sorry, I thought
Okay, I have
it
a
was
plan.
illusions or something. Oh, good.
I'm gonna get the dwarves to start fighting. And they're gonna start kicking up, and they're gonna start fighting and moving slowly while fighting towards the goblins that are sitting up watching us to create a diversion.
Well, you don't know if they're watching you
Then
anymore.
I'm
Remember,
going-
you guys went back to the village.
Oh,
Yeah, we're at your hut.
that's true. Oh, I thought they were like the huts and the garbage were all in the same
Yeah, we
place.
went back home.
I mean, they're not far away. If you were working in a really shitty, it's basically work housing. So the little village is right off the garbage mounds, but the horks and the goblins were up on the ridge looking down at you guys while you were at the actual work site.
Okay. Yeah, I have a +2 bonus to perception, knowledge, against orcs. So I want to get close to these orcs and see. There's got to be something up, because goblins don't ride orcs.
Okay, so
Right.
how is the rest of the group going to help this elf accomplish that?
I would like to help. I would like to go with the elf with my stealth.
Okay. So you're just going to sneak with him? What is it? What is it that you want to accomplish, Halfling?
I'd just rather go with the elf than hang out with the dwarves. Not you, Mom. Not you. The other two jackasses.
Okay.
The fuck.
So,
What do you think, Mom? What's your idea here? You wanting to help the elf too?
I have a bit of luck ability, but it says for their next round, so is that just for like 10 seconds? It doesn't necessarily say I have to do it in combat, but I don't know how long it would last.
It says the duration is 1 round.
Yeah, it says you can touch a willing creature as a standard action, giving it a bit of luck. For the next round, anytime the target rolls a d20, he may roll twice and take the more favorable results. You can use this ability 7 times per day.
Well,
It doesn't say I have to do it in combat, but it only
Yeah.
says for the...
Actually,
I'll just
can go with the elf. I have a +2 on my dexterity. I can sneak with him.
So do you all want to sneak up to go see these orcs?
No.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I want to fuck shit up.
I think it would be
Oh,
best.
my stealth is huge.
I think it would be best if we at least scout out the area so we know where best to send the nuclear bomb that is you, my friend.
I would like to take the goblin's attention by showing off my amazing garbage ball skills.
I would like to roll a magic missile.
Magic miss.
I
So
can
yeah,
find-
I want
Let's see what the
to
elf can find out.
I want to catch the goblin's attention so the elf can.
We need to know where
Oh,
to
shit.
send
Wait.
the goblin trash ball.
I had a spell that would dazzle him. Like blind.
Okay. You guys play your stupid dwarf trash ball, and I'm gonna use stealth to sneak up and see what I can see.
Let's wait till he finds out what he finds out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So if we go outside and they're not up there, then we wait them out.
Let the elf go scout.
I'm in.
All right. So you find the orcs and the goblins after a little bit of scouting around, and they don't really seem to give too much shits about you guys for whatever reason. There's a group of 3 of them that you find. You don't know where the other 2 went. And you kind of map out in your mind a little path that you can use to get up close, Jesse. So,
Okay.
what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to make 5 stealth rolls above the DCs that I've got here. You're going to be allowed, with the luck of Mama Dwarf, is going to allow you 1 reroll. So roll a d20, add your stealth to that roll. And you'll do this 5 times.
So is this stealth plus dex, or is this just stealth?
It'll be just your stealth.
So does he get to roll twice for all 5?
Nope, 1 reroll.
All right, 16 plus 9.
Okay. You get to the first
So that's one.
part of your checkbook point, no problem.
Okay.
Next.
17 plus 9.
All right. You're fine. You make it to your next checkpoint.
18 plus 9. Moving right along.
Yep. Go ahead.
12 plus 9.
Okay, you're fine.
And then
Last one. This is the hardest one.
15 plus 9.
All right, you're good.
Nice.
All right,
Hell yeah.
Racked it, dude.
you have rangered your way right up to these guys. So you're basically crouched down behind some garbage, and as you're crouched down there, you can see these 3 goblins. One of them with fluffy ruffles, one of them with a big flappy hat, and one of them with a powdered wig, like a English fop. And here's these horks, and they've got saddles on their shoulders, and they're on all fours, and they've got bridles and stirrups. And these goblins are just sitting on them talking, and they're just kind of sitting there staring at each other, staring at the ground. They kind of pick their ears up and look around a little bit. Just kind of sitting there. But you're close. You can observe the hell out of them now. Roll a perception check. The higher you get, the better.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh. All right, here you go.
In the meantime, Jade, while the elf
It's
is
a
doing
20.
this, it's a 20.
It's a 20, and my
Nice.
perception is a 9, so 29.
All right. So first things first, they are not behaving like orcs. They have grass in their mouths around and kind of like down the side of the mouth, like they've been eating grass. They, one of them has a little like fake tail tied to its back. It's all braided, like somebody attached a tail to it. They're kind of prancing around as if they were not orcs at all. They're just prancing around kind of a little bit. They kind of every once in a while.
Odd orcs.
They are, if you didn't know any better, you would think they were horses and not orcs.
Okay.
Orc furries.
And you know,
Yeah.
and you know for a fact it's not right. Like, it is not right.
Right. Okay. So is that all I observe?
Yeah.
All right. Let's head back towards camp and report on findings.
All right.
Okay.
What do you guys do with the information?
Oh, sorry, dude. Let's see, with the information that the elf...
Did the elf notice anything else about the orcs? Were they wearing anything? Could they be enchanted or something?
They didn't appear. Well, the ranger has no idea or any ability to tell whether or not they're
Oh, okay.
enchanted. But
Okay,
see
fair
any
enough.
ringers?
he
You see
straight
any
up
ringers out
he
there?
straight up tells you, he's like, there wasn't a loincloth on them, nothing. They're just hanging out. He said that one of them had an attached false tail that was braided, but for the way they behave, the way they act, everything about them, that they were horses. They weren't orcs.
So orcs is horses now. That's strange. I'm gonna have to go investigate for myself.
I don't recommend that.
To my recollection and knowledge,
There's more of them than there is of you.
has anybody ever hit one of these goblins?
Well, when he comes back and tells you all of that stuff, you're like, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what horks are.
Orcs is horses.
Horks.
Yeah, orcs is horses.
Horks are why I don't.
Horks.
Half the time, you guys don't even know why this fucking elf thinks so highly of horks. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, what the hell is
Orcs
this?
is horses.
That you just ride them. They're just stupid grass eating. You just ride them around. That's what you do. You don't fight them. They can't fight you. I mean, you can teach one to like kind of charge into things, but it doesn't. It's
Have
not
I
like
ever ridden one?
no, not that you can recall, but you don't.
There's only one way to find out if we can, though.
You don't know why you haven't ridden one.
You're damn right.
Because we're not goblins, and goblins are a little bit better off than we are, I assume. That's a sign of wealth, I guess, is owning orcs.
I don't want to own them.
Well,
slaughter 'em.
something's up. We definitely are. We're in the middle of something that we need to either figure out or get away from, because the world has been turned upside down, from what I can tell.
I'm gonna reach up and try to feel him for a fever.
He's
Did
not
you eat the breakfast I gave you?
He's not running a fever, but man, he is saying some weird shit. Like, you guys, everybody thinks the elf is crazy. Like, you've always thought elves were crazy, but yeah, he's fucking crazy.
My charisma's low, so I probably sound like a homeless.
Well,
Yeah,
you
my
do.
charisma's low too. I have sticks in my beard and
yeah, the elf's up there. He's like, no one knows orcs the way I know orcs. I know. I have a big brain. I have the best brain.
The best brain.
And
I am a
understand.
golden god. I have not yet begun to peak.
I understand orcs. Bigly. And these are the, and you're all like, you're fucking crazy, elf. But also you're like, but you're also, for some reason, you got to be right, because it all just seems weird to us too.
All right. What do you guys want to do? I'm telling you, something's up. We gotta get out of here.
How
well,
do you suggest we
we can-
leave?
what's a halfling think? You've been real quiet.
Did we lose the halfling?
The
Oh, there you go.
halfling's thinking.
It's a lot to take in. But so far, I trust you, halfling. What do you think?
Should I write it?
The
So-
Patsy. Maybe-
Not the
maybe you
Patsy. No,
could.
leave the Patsy alone.
You'll have to catch it first.
I was talking about the orc, but I'm down for whatever.
You want to go ride a hork?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I do.
He lit up.
Yes. I want to test this theory of what the elf says. Do only goblins ride horks? I don't know. But we'll know soon. And
Well-
my brother's willing to ride the hork.
Well,
Ready to
I mean,
try
the elf told you guys that there's only 3 in this one spot. I mean, if you're gonna go pack a fight, this
I
might
think
be
we
the.
should go try to put down these goblins and take their horks.
If we're gonna fight them, we may as well get it while we have the element of surprise, yeah? They probably... I don't know. I haven't been paying attention, though.
It's
other
5 on
option-
5.
We could go to the tavern and see what other people in the village think.
It's technically
Because
3
the
on
end of
5.
the workday is probably coming.
Yeah.
And we skipped work all day.
And we can get drunk and
Yeah,
then
he
go
said
on a
there's
ride
usually
orcs.
not beer at the tavern.
Do they got beer at the tavern, Jade?
You'll have to check, because sometimes they don't have beer at the tavern.
Should we go to the
so
tavern?
Really, that's the kind of conditions we have.
That is the kind of condition. It is sad for a dwarf.
How
Then
much money
we
do I-
attack the goblins
Oh,
immediately.
We don't have money.
Yeah,
That's why your weapon's a great club. It's a really big stick.
Yeah.
Mine too.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's fine. We can swing it really hard.
that's what she said. So what do you guys think? You think you're gonna go maybe pick a fight with these
Oh,
You
orcs?
guys want to go to the tavern?
go to the tavern.
Everything is normal. You don't believe me. then go-
But then again, what time of day is it?
It's probably about, I don't know, early afternoon.
Yeah? What time these gobos take lunch?
Whenever they want.
Have they already
Okay,
taken
so
lunch?
Maybe. You don't know that.
Has anybody ever walked up to a goblin and asked him what for?
I mean, to your recollection, nobody talks to him. They're so far above you, and
Huh.
nobody speaks
So
to
I
you.
just wouldn't think about that. I just wouldn't be like, maybe I should go talk to one of them.
I mean, as you have that thought in your mind, the responding thought is, yeah, but nobody ever talks to them. Like they're so far above us. They're not going to talk to us. Like we're nothing to them. Like they're so much greater than us. Like why? What would they have to say to us?
I'd like to go to the tavern and drink, and then find out if the elf might have picked up on when their lunch schedule was.
I like how Andrew's rolling. More information.
Okay, so you guys are going to the tavern?
We're going to the tavern.
Everybody's going? Woohoo!
If you guys want to go and waste time and figure and talk to other people, let's go for it, I guess.
Can I
No,
glare
no.
at the, can I glare at the elf until he decides to come to the tavern with us?
Can you what?
I don't care if we talk to anybody. I just want to know if the goblins are going to park their horks outside so I can jack one of those motherfuckers. Go riding through the tavern, take a beer off the fucking counter, and ride that orc into the sunset.
Don't forget you're level 1. There is no sunset yet.
Oh, okay.
I want to try to intimidate the elf into coming to the tavern.
I think the elf is
What?
good to come, right? The elf is
Already
planning-
coming. Oh, Jesus
You're just
Christ.
complaining about
Oh, he was just bitching and moaning.
Yeah, he's coming.
Trying
He
to
just
scare the elf halfling. Halflings aren't scary.
he's just very
The
very
halfling flips off the dwarf.
he's very confused as to why some people are questioning his authority like a very prominent figure in our country at the moment. He's like,
I'd like to intimidate the elf and take that ownership.
he's like I have explained everything, and everyone should listen to me because I'm very, very smart.
Elves rule. Elves rule.
O'Doyle rules.
Dwarves.
I get that your small, puny dwarf brains are finding it hard to comprehend all of this. So why don't you guys? It's not like we're going anywhere. So come on, let's go to the tavern. Let's appease your little minds.
That's fine. My little mind wants to go to the tavern, but my giant dwarven cock wants to fucking go and get drunk and ride a hork. So,
All right. So you guys get to the tavern, and literally, you're the only people in the tavern. This is the poorest
Motherfucker
excuse for a tavern that you've seen. There's a bartender.
Are we
He's-
the only people in this
oh, there
godforsaken
is a
town?
bar.
No, there's a lot of people in the village, but there's no booze at the tavern.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What the fuck, dude?
And there's just a bartender just kind of... There's like one wooden mug that he's wiping down, and he's just kind of staring at the door, and you guys come in, and he just like...
I want to ask the bartender where the goblins go to drink.
Oh, the Goblin City. They go to the Goblin Town.
So they roll from the garbage pit all the way back to the Goblin City. What's the distance?
About half a day's ride on Horkback.
How are they going to do that at lunch?
So you're saying we need a hork?
What's that?
So how do they do that for lunch? Where do they go for lunch then? They don't go to the tavern.
Maybe they bring lunch with them. Maybe somebody takes lunch to them. I don't know, man.
I'm a dwarf. I want to find out about the food and the beer.
I've been here so long, and there's no health benefits, and I only get $12.50 an hour. It's terrible.
We blame the elves.
No,
Blame
not
me.
the elves.
5 head.
Yeah, the bartender he's just sad.
I want to intimidate him for more information.
He's intimidated.
He's already intimidated?
Oh, yeah. Well, if intimidation were depression, because that's what he is.
Leave the poor man alone, Andrew.
He's just depressed. Like, you can intimidate him, but he'll be like, yeah, just fucking kill me, man. Like, and like everything he says, like he just goes back to wiping the same mug. Like he just like, this sucks, man. I don't even remember the last time I had a customer.
Do we still have the goblet?
Yeah, he's got one wooden the good
No,
goblet
do
that you
we?
hit? Yeah, you probably do have it. Thinking of you, yeah, you probably have.
Okay, I want
have
to
a
trade
question.
him. I want to trade him the fancy goblet for the wooden goblet.
He's like, whoa, 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 whoa! Why would I want that garbage, man? Why? What the hell? I'm not gonna pour. If I ever do get any beer, I'm not pouring it in that. And clearly,
So wood in this world is worth more than something that's artistic, as you'd said before.
the goblet that you're hitting around with your bat was, it had shiny rocks in it. It was made of this yellow smooth metal and silvery metal and shiny gray something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm out of ideas.
But yeah, he looks at you like you're a psycho because you wanted to trade him the shiny goblet for the wooden.
I'm not out of ideas. I got this. Okay. Does anyone in our party have the ability to make a magic device?
Oh no, not at level 1.
You can't do that at level 1? I don't know these things yet. Okay.
That's something you can do, but not at our level.
Does anyone have like the capability to manufacture beer from like magic?
I can make water from magic.
I can create water.
You can both create water. What can the elf do? Can elves do that
I
shit?
mean, I can do a lot more than create water, but that's not applicable.
I want to take the wooden cup that he's cleaning. I want to fill it with water, turn that water into beer, and offer it to the goblins. Get the goblins drunk, and then take off with their fucking hork.
Do you think we have like a Jesus in
pretty
our
good
group
plan.
or something?
Right. Like, I don't think any of
I
us.
got a better idea. I got a
Okay.
really good idea. Let's
Okay.
get up close to the goblins. We'll have that elf punch you in the balls. That'll put you in a rage, and then we send you up at the goblins.
That sounds just as
Is
good
the
as fucking magic beer.
Is the feeling in the town that this is a company town? That if we start destroying the town, the goblins are going to come down to stop us?
I mean, you know that this is lodging provided by your bosses. You know that the goblins are your bosses.
Perfect.
Hit me in the balls, elf.
Dwarves, I got a plan. We got to start a bar brawl. And it's got to be a big one.
Are you trying to get
Trash
goblins to come
ball.
down here?
But wait,
Inside the ball.
we're the only ones in the bar, though.
Literally.
No, there's a bunch of people in the bar. Oh, I thought you said there was a bunch of people in the bar.
No, you're the only customers in the bar. There's one bartender, and he is literally thinking about eating the wooden mug that he's wiping down because he just
Okay.
doesn't.
So
Can
what
we
we're going to do
possibly
is we're going
intimidate
to...
him into faking it?
Well, we can start throwing chairs out of windows, and we can start screaming and causing a ruckus and get the goblins' attention so they come down here.
What I
But
hear
we're
is that
gonna
we want to play garbage ball inside.
Garbage ball inside, yes.
Okay.
Every piece of the bar is now garbage ball.
All right.
Bring it.
Anybody opposed to this idea?
But I don't have a better one, so I guess I just kind of gotta watch him do it.
You don't have a better one? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
How about you, Case? Are you all right with us?
I don't have a better idea either.
All right.
I
so,
like this elf's ideas.
So you guys are just going to start breaking shit.
Wait, I have a
Start a
question.
mollywop inside the bar.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are we going to make this bartender's life harder if we destroy everything? I mean, I know his life's already shit.
He wants out. He needs the excitement.
Does it get worse for him, like, at this
It
point?
works for him. Like, does he lose his job? Do we, like, how do we get him to avoid the crossfire of all the flying chairs?
Our plan is to
Well,
make him the
Why don't
hero
we
in the
just
end.
take the violence to the goblins? Why are we doing it in a random bar? We may as if we're gonna
Because
face it, let's go fight the fucking goblins.
we need a distraction. If we run up the hill and fight them, then they know we're coming.
I
If
have
they
a
come
magic
down
ability
to break
let
up
me blind them for a minute. That's 6
all
rounds.
of them,
Or 10 rounds. I don't know. Let's see. Pretty sure it blinds a lot of people. Give me a second.
Will it blind the rest of us?
Not if you close your eyes.
What about the bartender? I don't want to blind the poor bastard. He's already hating life.
It doesn't.
Then all of a sudden he's a depressed TV wonder. Fuck. Can you imagine?
It says creatures are dazzled for 1 minute. Creatures with light blindness or light sensitivity are blinded instead of dazzled, but it doesn't tell me how far it goes.
Okay, so that sounds like something good that we can use when the goblins get close to us.
Yes.
But it doesn't seem like something that we could use at a long distance like we're facing right now.
So we do the bar fight. The goblins hopefully run down the hill. How do we make sure the goblins come to us instead of calling for backup?
Anyone?
I have no idea.
We could try to. Instead of just doing things, we could try to get someone to go out there, calm a bunch of names, have them chase them down, and we could have a trap set up for when they get there.
Do you think the bartender would play into our... Who's got the highest charisma?
I have a question.
I have a negative acrobatics. I can jump off the roof.
And fall on your face.
Yeah.
Why do we want to? Are they oppressing us pretty bad? Do we know any different, Jade?
It's been awful. It's been awful for as long as you can remember.
Okay, so we know it's shitty.
Yeah.
We know it can be better.
Yeah, you
there's
guess.
There's a nagging sort of persistence. It's like this. You didn't used to be this way.
It's always right. Yeah, but it's always been this way. But yeah, but it didn't
But
used
it's
to
always
be.
been this way for our lifetimes, for our character lifetimes.
But it's always been this way. But it didn't used to be.
Okay.
But it always has been.
Right.
But it's always been this way. But it didn't used to be.
I think we need to kill some goblins.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys think about it for here in a little bit. We're going to take a little short break because I need to use the restroom. So we're going to take a short break, 5 minutes, and we'll come back.
All right, go Wiz. We're gonna deliberate. We're gonna think.
I'm gonna put our level 1 brains together.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think we're supposed to do?
Okay, babe, here's the scenario. There's goblins.
What do you guys want to do? Do you think we're under a spell? Are we under an illusion?
We'd have to be.
Well, I don't think
Maybe they're
it's a spell.
drugging us every day. Maybe the rations are poisoned with drugs.
There's no
I don't
beer.
know. Oh, there's no beer. Dwarves don't do well without beer.
Yeah. So why would we have lasted this long?
Why would we have lasted this long without beer? I don't know. I think we should go hit one. And I think that I'm going to start powering you up. I'm going to start putting a bunch of buffs on you, Andrew.
Are we going to do that before the bar fight? The
bar
bar
fight? There's nothing in the bar. I say we just go attack them. There's no one here. We can see if we can check with a couple of people around the neighborhood, see if they want to rise up in our rebellion, or we can just go start it ourselves.
I said we just run it.
Well, that's what I don't get is how strong are they?
Ooh.
We don't know.
They are riding horks. So.
But they're just horses, and what do horses?
I'm fucking terrified of horses. So.
Horses aren't fun, but most horses won't attack you.
I mean, they will if they're fucking wild.
They'll run first.
Only if you fuck with them.
Yeah, they'll run first. A
I've been
trained
bucked off
war horse?
horses.
I mean, are these
Really not that bad.
like trained battle
But
battle
we can,
hardened?
if we do the bar fight idea, we can prepare the bar as well.
Yeah, have a home territory, have traps and
We
shit.
can pull them into a fucking kill box.
See, I also think that we might be in like some kind of magical daze of some kind because
Okay.
of the stuff that the elf has been saying. The elf is saying crazy stuff. And while it might sound crazy, it still makes sense, right?
Right.
Because it makes sense to him.
Oh
So
my
it
God,
makes sense to somebody.
we voted for Trump in 2016. It's happening again.
No, I did not.
I did not either.
I did.
That was your
I know.
shame.
Yeah, that's something you have to bear.
As he does it with a smile. Hey,
Okay,
I don't-
sorry.
I don't like the motherfucker, but I still got my fucking NRA card.
That's fine. No, I'm just happy you participate.
So,
I'm just happy you participate. Here's your trophy.
yeah, I don't deserve it anymore. Not after this one, dude.
I'm just happy you participate, man.
So how can we set up the bar as a kill box?
I don't think it'll work like that.
Why?
Well,
I feel like there's something we're missing.
there's
Yeah,
something more
you know
mystical.
there is.
More
And
mystical.
Jay's probably just getting pissed at us.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've definitely derailed the shit out of this.
Yep.
I mean, that's just kind of a guarantee with D&D, though. I don't think players ever really follow the path they're supposed to.
Oh, we've derailed like sons of bitches. So,
We played garbage ball for the first half hour.
hey,
And then
that
talk
was
about
fun.
catapulting a halfling for the next half hour.
That was fun. That was called character building.
So
So we have a goblin city, orcs that don't act like orcs, and
Well,
all of
the
us
go-
feel fucked about it,
Yeah, the goblins have become the bourgeoisie.
which is weird.
It is very
I have an
weird.
idea.
What?
I
So
have the
what do you do
capability
with the
to.
bourgeoisie?
I have the capability to notice unusual stonework. What if I try to use that inside of the tavern to find us some weapons?
Interesting. I think if you focus that a little bit more in learning who built this place. Is this goblin was this place created by goblins or another race? Find out some
Ooh.
information about it first, because if
Good
this was something
call.
that was created by something else, then maybe the goblins stole it, which is something we could use to help start an uprising.
Okay.
Possibly.
That's why you're the smart brother.
That's why that's a little bit more along the lines of how that ability is used.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So
right.
what you wanted to use it for could still be kind of done that way. Kind of. You might have to throw in another roll to it or something. Though.
Okay.
Well, I'm back, y'all.
Oh, hey, dude.
Is everybody
We're
else?
still waiting for Jesse.
Just in time for me to leave. I have work, so I gotta go.
You gotta go?
Yeah, I work night shift.
Oh.
Is that
bummer.
Is that gonna be a normal thing? That you have to leave around 10:30 on Saturdays?
Yep.
Okay. We'll know that. I mean, I didn't think we would get all the way through the adventure tonight, but I think that 8 to 10:30 is way more than enough time per week per session.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we all just pause it then? So Dustin
Yeah.
can join us back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We can
I'm
go
good
back.
with it.
Well,
Yep, I'm down.
Yeah.
Alright.
We'll let Jesse know that he's in too, because he's a fucking elfin and he doesn't have a choice.
Right. Well, yeah, if she's got to go, that's fine. Then we can just kind of close up the session here. And if anybody has any questions about the actual game, we can do that for 5 or 10 minutes and then just wrap it up.
Yep. I mean, other than trying to figure out the general reason why we're in some sort of dystopian goblin hell, I don't know. So I haven't been able to figure that out yet, but it seems the elf is on to something.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That
He seems
is
very
true.
convinced, and that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, and for something, even though it seems completely insane, you guys all kind of believe that he's probably right.
Right?
Because nobody can remember their memories.
It's true.
Just so you know, Jesse, Tesla had to drop to go to work.
Yeah, I was listening the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I've got my wireless.
Oh, all right. Just make sure you know.
We all ate the peaches from the labyrinth.
Right? Totally. Okay,
We're
cool. So,
we're in
Jay-
garbage land and have no memories. This is
That was
bad.
fun, Jay. Good. That was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you for DMing.
Now you don't see the beautiful part about DMing a group that doesn't get anywhere is you don't really have to write much story for next time because we didn't get to any of the story for
That's
this
true.
time.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll figure.
Railed it like a motherfucker.
had so much technical problems before we went live, but I think that next week we'll have everything dialed in and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm out of town until Thursday morning, so yeah.
Good deal.
Do you guys have any question? Andrew, Casey, Jesse, do you have any questions? Did it all seem like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kind of
it's-
get it.
Yeah, it makes a little bit more sense now that I can actually figure out where my traits and skills and everything fall in. I do have one question. You
What's-
said that our characters don't have weapons,
right?
so I don't currently actually have any of the weapons that I built my character with, right?
Correct.
Damn it. Okay.
But that's something that, you know, this whole introduction thing that I put together for you guys is something that to kind of get your feet wet. So
Right.
now you'll kind of be able to start figuring out how do you search for your weapons? How do you role play searching for your weapons and realizing that you don't have them? And why does all of this, you know, work out? And how do things, you know, really kind of function in a role playing environment? And everybody did a really good job role playing, by the way. Like everybody was in their own characters and doing their own thing, and that's really good. So
Wait, what's everyone's characters' names again?
I don't,
Cow sows.
that's the
Andrew,
only one
what's
I
your
remember.
character?
I am Gore, the
Gore.
greatest garbage
Okay.
The
role player
greatest.
ever.
JT?
Bjarni.
Bjarni.
Yeah.
Bjarni the Druid.
Bjarni. Bjarni Dirt Gums.
Okay, and who are you?
Who am I?
No, not you.
Oh.
Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Cog
Yeah,
Sauce.
you can just call me Cogs.
Sogs?
Cogs.
Oh, okay.
That's you've talked to him before, Casey. He's cog sauce on the chat. Is what he's getting at.
Oh, he's
Oh, no,
effing.
you're
Well,
not.
I
He's
meant as far
effing
as
in the chat.
I meant as far as playing in the game.
Yeah,
Oh.
Character names.
he's effing.
Type it out.
Hype it up.
My name is Cow Sows.
Okay.
All right, so if nobody has any questions, then we'll just go ahead and wrap it up.
Yep. Fun game. Thanks for DMing.
And just to
Thanks,
let you
Jay.
guys know,
Man.
keep it up. Everybody did a really good job, and we'll assign XP at the end of this first session, which is actually going to be in the middle of our next broadcast. Will be the end of this first session, and then I'll help you guys go through XP and stuff like that, and then we should get
Okay.
rolling.
Good deal.
Cool.
I mean,
All right, thanks
Bye-bye.
everybody.
ladies.
Bye.